Welcome students. As India in global platforms promised that it would lead a sustainable lifestyle and it would aim at net zero emissions by 2070, and also as it has proclaimed for a new initiative of a life, it need to attempt to create new policies that can help innovation in biotechnology. So in this context, the central government has brought a new policy by name Bio E3. Here E3 stands for three E's, which is economy, environment, and the third E is about addressing employment. Because if you go for reducing anthropogenic activity to contain climate change, you may lose employment, which is also addressed as part of this Bio E3. So what actually this Bio E3 and what objective is envisaged? If you look at that, they are actually thinking about some thematic and strategic manufacturings. So to take up them, this policy is aiming at bringing a new change in the arena where the biotechnology would be devised to not just mitigate but also adapt to the climate change. So what all things are being promoted here? If you look at that, the first one is to produce functional foods. Let's look at one after the other. And also it also includes techniques of geoengineering. What is geoengineering? Let's discuss. And broadly, to summarize, geoengineering encompasses various techniques and interventions that are to tackle climate change. And also they would look for biotherapeutics. When I say biotherapeutics, it takes nothing but targeted drug delivery and also other things like technical textiles and along with them the broad-based functional foods like protein synthesis, fertilizer synthesis would also come under the other miscellaneous things that would form as part of encouragement in this Bio E3 policy. Now let's look at one after the other. As part of this policy, what functional foods would mean? It includes things like biofortification. For example, iodine is fortified in the salt and various nutrients would be fortified in the food grains. Okay, this is one part of it. And another functional foods would be augmenting various protein based food or micronutrient based food that can address exact deficiency one would suffer from. Now when it comes to geoengineering, as we discussed, various interventions that we do as part of tackling the climate change, it includes carbon capture, artificial solar radiation brightening like cloud brightening. When I say cloud brightening, what they would do is inject aerosols in stratosphere and brighten the cloud so that the solar radiation or the albedo would be managed so that the heat and light that comes into the atmosphere is reflected back to the space. You know the carbon capture and storage techniques, right? And also storage. Okay, if this is the case, what all things could be done as part of this Bio E3 policy is that they would manage acidity of water bodies so that they could create natural carbon sinks. Okay, if this is the case, and another thing that they are thinking about is manufacturing biotherapeutics, which is targeted drug delivery. So for suppose an encapsulated drug need to reach a particular body part, then it would be encapsulated in such a way using the biotechnology and if possible nanotechnology as well to ensure the drug is delivered to a particular body part and addresses the exact ailment that human is suffering from. So these would form a new avenue to create employment, as this is the cutting edge technology. As we earlier discussed in the Bio E3, the third E stands for employment and the first E stands for economy. That means all in all, we are creating a sustainable economy which is greener to ensure economy is boosted and also to ensure employment is generated as well. Okay. As we discuss these themes, what are other themes that can be part of it? So it also includes electrolyzers. What would electrolyzer do? It would produce green hydrogen. Why would it create green hydrogen? Because as we have discussed, as part of our Bio E3 policy, we need to ensure even environment is protected. So the energy that is generated has to be greener. So green hydrogen production needs electrolyzers, and various gigafactories that are being announced will find some kind of subsidy as part of this Bio E3 policy as well. Hope you understood the larger theme of this Bio E3 policy, and you can also suggest how this policy can be utilized to attempt various promises that India has delivered at various platforms globally. And we can also analyze in next videos if the theme matches to link with this Bio E3 policy, that this can be part of the broader formula of what India would achieve as Panchamrit would envisage. Till the time I would be back with another topic, it's time to bid adios. Thank you.